Hello everyone, welcome back to Recruiters Tips and Tricks. Do you keep applying to jobs over and over and just find that you're not getting any positive result? Do you just keep filling out applications, changing up your resume, writing cover letters over and over, and you're still not finding that employers or recruiters are calling you back? This may be because you're making some of the top resume and cover letter mistakes that kind of go under a veil and people don't really notice that they're making. So here are some of the top resume and cover letter mistakes that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to, because they really stand out. They really are something that can make or break your ability to even get that interview in the first place. So here are some of those mistakes. Mistake number one is failing to proofread, edit, make sure spelling and grammar is correct on your not only resume but also cover letter. This is the first thing that really stands out as a negative aspect in recruiters' and employers' minds. If they see that you just have horrible spelling, grammar, punctuation, that you don't know how to format a cover letter or resume, this is just something that immediately turns them off, immediately makes them, not interested in you as an applicant. It just shows that you might not have professionalism, that maybe you don't double check things, that you aren't attentive to those things. It just, puts a negative light on you as a candidate when really you could be a great candidate. So make sure that you're proofreading not only your resume but your cover letter as well. Another mistake that some people make is having their cover letter or resume be too long or too short. So their resume, you have to, as we say, every 10 years of experience could be one page. So if you are over 10 years of experience, you can start going on to other pages and start moving forward with your resume, but it's important to make sure that you are also not making it too short. So you want to include as much information as you can that's pertinent to the position that you're applying for, but just, make sure, again, the 10-year rule. So you don't need to have 3 pages if you've only been working in your industry for 5 years. And the same goes with your cover letter. You want to make sure that it is short, sweet, and to the point, but you also don't want to make sure that you also don't want it to be, only a couple sentences and not really showing who you are as an applicant. The cover letter is a great chance for you to express yourself a little bit more than the resume. So, use the correct format, use a couple of paragraphs, show what you've done in the past and why you're interested in this position, but don't go crazy and all of a sudden make it even a full page. That's a little bit too much. You really just want to look into how these are formatted, how cover letters are formatted, which is easily accessible online. Another tip for making sure that you're not making some of the top mistakes when it comes to resumes and cover letter writing is you want to make sure that you're not highlighting the wrong details. So again, it's important when you're applying for a certain position to mold your resume and your cover letter around that position. You don't want to be highlighting that, old jobs that you've worked at and, have 5 bullet points underneath them really exemplifying this job when it doesn't have anything to do with the position you're going for. So make sure that throughout your resume and your cover letter, you're pinpointing certain positions, certain volunteer experiences, certain skills that really apply to the position that you're interviewing for, that you're trying to get. It just makes you stand out more. It makes the recruiter employer's eye go straight to your resume or cover letter, and it makes sure that you're not wasting space. So that's extremely important. And a final tip for making sure that you're not making some bad mistakes on your resume and cover letter is you want to make sure that you have some kind of hook. You want to make sure that you have something that's really pulling the eye of whoever is reading your resume or cover letter in. Especially on your cover letter, you again have a lot more leeway on your tone and what you can say in your cover letter. So you want to make sure that you're saying something that is catchy and that brings them in, maybe something that shows that you do have a lot of skill or experience. Maybe it's someone that maybe calling out a contact that they might have as well. These things just really draw in the recruiter and employer's eye. It really makes you stand out as a candidate and will make sure that in the future you will get a call after you submit your resume and cover letter. So those are our tips for making sure to avoid some mistakes that people might not know of when writing their resume and cover letter. So you want to make sure to avoid those next time that you are submitting these to the next position that you really want to get. Thanks for joining us today. Stay tuned on recruiter.com and our Twitter at recruiter.com, and subscribe on our YouTube channel for more videos, tips, and tricks coming your way. Thanks a lot.